If you watch this channel regularly, you'll have noticed that I've been gone for quite a while, and that's for two reasons. One, I was at GCX, where I got to meet a bunch of my loving fans, like this young fella right here. And two, I've been in jail. But in order for you to get the full story, I need to take you back to the beginning. See, back when Edge of Fate came out, along with all the stat and armor changes, they changed the way that buffs stack to additive. Along with that, they made grapple melee scale with both melee and grenade stat. So if you had a grapple with a high grenade stat and some buffs like Verity on top, you could do some crazy damage. Damage so crazy that if you had all the correct buffs, since Atheon takes increased grenade damage, you could just kind of make him disappear in one hit. And when I saw someone do this, it really piqued my interest, and I thought it would be the perfect time to try to solo Atheon for myself. And since the damage is so free, the only challenge would be getting to damage, which couldn't be that hard, right? I forgot the button again. Oh my god, no, I should have just gone for it. Just f me, bro. Just bend me over and f me. Like, what is this? Stupid, useless at Bungie cannot make a game. How is it? I've been in the instance for less than 2 hours and I can't eager edge. Now, before we go any further, I need to tell you how this solo works, because not only is it completely different than how you would normally do the encounter, it's also insanely annoying to pull off. Essentially, you start the encounter as normal and head off to the left. Since Atheon has 2 portals, but there's only one of you, we'll be focusing on Mars since it's the easier side. Which also means that every single time we get teleported to Venus from now on, it's an automatic wipe. From here you just kind of sit there and wait until the harpies come, and then you start lowering them all down, so they're able to be finishered. And kill one with Vergilus Curve so you're able to spawn a stasis crystal. Once Atheon starts his teleportation, you wait until the screen is semi-white, hit the finisher, then quickly move forward, pick up the relic, jump and swing forward. All of this needs to be done in the window of the time it takes for your finisher animation to normally complete. And if you're still moving after that time has passed, you'll immediately get lost to time, causing a wipe. This timer is super unforgiving and a pain in the ass to pull off, but the reason it works is kinda cool. For some reason, if you finisher as you get teleported, a clone of you will stay in the boss room, which will build the portal for you while you're on the inside. The only caveat being that if at any point your feet move at all, the clone will break and you'll instantly be lost to time. Once you finally get into Mars with good positioning, instantly shoot at the ground with Vergilus to put yourself in a stasis crystal, so that when you drop the relic, it gets pushed off to the side. After that, clean out the gatekeeper and the first set of oracles will spawn. Since we don't know any of the callouts for oracles, we'll have to break them all at once. In order to trick the game into thinking you did it correctly, this is done by shooting one with a lasting impression rocket, another with your bow, then waiting about a second and shooting the third with a weapon that shoots a projectile at a lower speed like a GL or a sidearm. If you do this correctly, by the time your third bullet reaches, the lasting impression rocket will blow up, and you'll have swapped back to the bow and shot the second oracle again, causing them to all break at once. If you do this right, you rinse and repeat for the second round of oracles, and once you finish the second set, you need to leave the room, which is done by hitting a ground skate to the portal while leaving the relic right outside. Once again, it's a really close timing, since you only have until it notices that you're lost in time. So if you miss the line a little bit, you'll get lost and it'll wipe you. But once you do get out, you have a split second to read the last set of oracles and then jump in and out of the portal to break them all without getting lost. If you do all of that correctly, take the relic, leave, and it's time for damage. Now that was an absolute mouthful, and if you're confused, I don't blame you, because at the beginning I was too. But regardless of all of that, I still thought I would have this done in about a day or two. So I started my attempts. Things in the first few hours started off less than optimal for me, as I tried to learn the finisher timing. I need to get one of these guys low. Okay, he's low. Okay. Oh, we're already behind. We're already hella behind. Bro, I missed it twice. Okay. And it was Venus. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Slow and steady, slow and steady. And honestly, things stayed less than optimal for about the first 2 days, where I only successfully landed it a handful of times. Not lost to time. Okay. Okay. Fuck, bro. Fuck. Feeling pretty bad about my progress overall, I decided to reach out for help, and a man named Shinybook, who is much more experienced in VOG than I am, hopped in a call with me to demonstrate, and tried to help me as best as he could.
It's like once I've actually pressed the finisher, I press the finisher.
Yeah.
As soon as like the finisher is pressed, I just hold shift and W and interact like all at the same time, so that the relic is in my hands as soon as it possibly can be. And I'm like moving forward. Yes, like I'm already picking up the relic as soon as I spawn in, and then it's in my hands. So I check and see where I am. I'm like kind of in the middle-ish, so all I have to do is like look, and I'm already like jumping and swinging basically. In theory, all of this stuff was really helpful, but in practice, I was still not really making any progress. And only until my third day of running attempts did I start to get it somewhat consistent. From here, we're about 24 hours of gameplay in, and now the challenge is learning Mars and how to get out. I missed! What the fuck? What the fuck? I keep getting god spawns and fucking them up! Well, if I didn't fuck up something, that was gonna fuck it up for me. The practice of breaking the oracles honestly didn't take me that long to learn, but getting in the correct positioning in order to be able to see all the oracle spawns really ended up being a roll of the dice. So once again, this took me a really long time. After a while longer, I started to hit some PBs, eventually making it out of the portal for the last set of oracles. But this is when I hit the next roadblock. Coming out of the portal, sometimes it can be really hard to see the oracles before they finish chiming. So a lot of the time you're left just guessing. Back, left. Guess not. And even if you do see the correct order, it doesn't always guarantee that you'll be able to break them either. Back close. Back. Oh my! The next day I was finally able to make it to damage, and it should have been a done deal from there, but not quite. I spent the rest of that day trying to get back to damage, but ended up progressing backwards, and somewhat rightfully losing my mind. And just like that, we were on to day 5, where again, early in the day I managed to get back to damage, just to die swapping loadouts. Come on, do it, you fucker. Son of a bitch. And it was getting pretty obvious that a pattern was emerging, where because it took so long to get to a damage phase, I would get insanely nervous every time I did, causing me to play super slow and end up tossing the run. After a couple more days of failure, I came up with a new strategy. Since pretty much all of my good runs were getting tossed because I couldn't see the last oracle set, I came up with the idea of doing the third oracle set inside. Typically this doesn't work because it takes away time from the damage phase, but because the damage was so free, it was by far my best bet. Over the next 2 days, I got to damage a bunch more times, but kept falling short for various reasons. Oh my god, no, I should have just gone for it. And after losing my sanity for running this encounter for over 8 days straight, I finally got it. One.
1. One. Yes! What a stupid challenge.
What do we do now? What do you mean? Now we can finally play the game. Oh yeah. Okay, Kenny, add Eyes of the Beast to your hotbar. Stan, check your Fury talents to boost your shouts. Got it?